All right. Well, this is a replacement for the stream we lost because the audio didn't record on the other side because OBS doesn't know how to handle Bluetooth. Or at least not the way I had it set up. I'll have to look into it. But we're here. We're going to talk about movie magic. Uh, so EQG Special 2, Movie Magic. Now, Movie Magic, it's a bit of a Scooby-Doo.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Scooby Doo. They throw you a red herring, and they mess with it a little bit, but it's not too difficult to figure out what the heck they're trying to do. Anyway, um, so we begin with the girls on the set of a new Daring Do film. Meanwhile, Dash is continuity checking the movie.
Yeah, that's important, okay? Especially if you get the name wrong.
Yeah, that seems like a basic thing to mess up, but it's still a bit much to yell. Just,
Yeah.
hey, that's
She should have been on the set of Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
like stop. No, don't. Not even close. No. No. You just it
They
would be
messed up.
constant screaming.
That is true.
Anyway, so I mean it's to the point where even Twilight wags her finger at her. It's like no, no. And she's as big a fan as she is, but no. So we
Yeah.
find out Mr. Zoom, the director, has allowed the girls to be on set because they saved Camp Everfree and he's an alum. Maybe they contacted him as part of that fundraising bit and they found out, and then he found out about what happened and hey, let's get him on set. It's kind of a reward for doing all that. But it's more of a here's a reason for them to be there. Bah. Uh So the girls split up while they wait on the next scene to be shot. Twilight and Dash want to check out the specially designed props, while Fleurs and Rarity go to meet the star playing Daring at her trailer. She's furious at her agent and storms right past them. She's trying to get out of something. We don't know quite what it is at the time, and you are somewhat led to believe that, she's talking about this movie, which will come back. That starts the red herring on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, AJ and Sunset check out the set and find a wrapper for a peanut butter praline crunch bar. Sunset
Or
pockets it to
pralines, anyway.
uh not sure exactly. It's not a big part of my diet. I probably have had it at some point. I think it's some sort of it's a type of candy-ish thing. One sec. Let me just pop over here. Do the old handy dandy mobile device. What is a praline? Praline is a form of confection containing at a minimum nuts and sugar. Cream is a common third ingredient.
Oh, nice.
So that's what it is. It's candy
I
with
want one.
nuts. Um, I wonder if it's like a brittle peanut brittle. Anyway, anyway, um, so okay, then we meet the antagonist, I would suppose. The Juniper Montage, which was Zoom's niece, meets Twy and Dash at the artifacts.
She seems so nice, too.
Mm-hmm. And we get our first little hint that, you know, we're trying to distract you with her, but she's the other one. You know, it's the old magician trick. We're going to keep your eyes over here. Keep it looking at this moving hand over here while she does other things, and we slowly show you that we're doing the trick over here. Um, who says she wanted to be Daring Do, but Zoom turned her down. And meanwhile, as a kind of a special treat, she sneaks them into the set for Caballeron's secret lair, revealing that she does have keys. I think at this point, that was the point where she started to reveal she had keys to everything.
Yep.
While that's going on, Pinky and Spike are together. She couldn't find the cupcake fountain, but did find the praline bars and ate basically all of them. Apparently, they're delicious.
Yum.
So the star is furious about not having her imported praline bars, and it seems like she doesn't, she doesn't want to stay on for another month because of all the problems. It seems like it at this point. So they begin to film the next scene, and the volcano collapses. Dash comes in, remarking that the relics are missing. So just things start going to pot. So
we can't make new ones unless they get approved.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. And oddly enough, Yearling is really hard to find. I guess she's a bit of a like Indiana Jones instead of
she really could be Daring Do.
Yeah, I figure it's the same thing as the other universe. It's still a silly idea, but I still don't like. I don't like that they made Daring Do a real person, a real pony. I don't like that, but for continuity's sake, for making everything match, I guess they're having her do that as well. That's the hint that she does that, and which makes her hard to find. She's basically Indiana Jones, except for instead of an archaeologist, she's a writer.
Yep.
And the whole thing with the relics being missing is it could hold up production until after Chestnut Magnifico's contract expires. She's the star that's going to play Daring Do. At this point, the group thinks that someone is trying to stop production. I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
It could all just be coincidences. So Applejack points out there isn't some cloaked figure they can chase down, and then, like the musical thing in the
like a cloaked figure
Manhattan episode, it's like nobody just breaks into musicals, and then they break into a musical. It's it's just the obvious, like, look over. It's like we needed an obvious villain here. Anyway,
I do wonder where they buy all their cloaks, though.
Cloaks are us.
Yep.
It's where Trixie buys hers.
It would have been funny if it turned out to be Trixie this whole time. It's like, okay, why?
Anyway, so at this point, Dash catches up with super speed. The figure eludes her, and they seem to know the studio like the back of their hand, which is basically what Juniper said. It's like, it's Juniper. It's Juniper. It's Juniper, because she's the one you tried to. It's usually the second person you meet. The first one is the red herring. The second one is the villain.
Yep. Scooby-Doo.
Did they meet? They met Juniper. Yeah, after they'd. I don't know. It depends on whose perspective you're talking about. But anyway, but the viewer, I think we do see the star first, and then we see Juniper. Anyway, so the group gets pushed along into Power Pony costumes by a PA, a production assistant, who mistakes them for the stars, which, you know, apparently they fit perfectly, and the girls look exactly like the stars of the Power Ponies. So
yeah, and I made this comment last time, so I'm just gonna make it again. It's still funny that they still call them the Power Ponies.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you'd have to come up with a
I mean, I
new
guess Power
alliteration for it
Girls
to work.
was too close to Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, especially with Tara Strong involved.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
I
like,
just realized that.
um, yeah, with her involved, yeah, it's just, and it also sounds a little like Power Girl, which is Marvel or DC. I think it's a DC superhero.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah. So I don't know. You know,
I just wonder what made them come up with ponies, though.
maybe they derive their powers in this universe from the spirit of equines.
I could see that.
It's kind of a Power Rangers kind of thing, you know. Power up.
Yeah,
Andalusian.
I could see that.
Andalusian power. I'm spitballing here, but that seems funny.
Yeah.
So, okay. So the figure appears again, and the girls chase her around the lot until they reach the set of Stormy with a Side of Pudding.
With real pudding.
Yes, with real pudding. They use real pudding.
And
gotta
Pinkie
be.
Pie is a girl after my own heart. She takes a whole bucket of pudding with her and sticks it in her hair.
Okay, now we know a little bit more than we needed to about your eating habits. Anyway,
I don't stick it in my hair, but I love pudding.
Anyway, which, you know, if you think about it, that's gotta be messy, in that you have to, because that pudding's gonna go bad eventually. I'm not sure how long it takes for pudding to go bad.
Oh, yeah, it's about another 5 months with all those preservatives in it.
Well, I mean, out in the air, not refrigerated, just blooped on the ground like that. How long can pudding last like that?
True.
Because you'd have to periodically clean off all the pudding, repaint, because imagine it'll stain the backdrops and whatnot if you put all the props and whatnot, and then you have to reapply the pudding.
Oh, just hire Pinkie to clean it up.
Anyway, so the Stormy with a Side of Pudding, it's Pinkie's favorite movie that she's tried to get the others to watch to no avail.
That's really Pinkie.
Yes. So the cloaked figure returns and throws a net over everyone except Dash, who chases her into a prop room. She finds the nightclub scene dress that was missing, and it's locked inside the prop room. The pudding set, because it had real pudding, Pinkie says, you know, we can just follow the pudding. They find Rainbow Dash in the prop room, and Twi unlocks the door with her telekinesis. So at this point, they're pretty sure they know who it is. Juniper is sent on a smoothie run. She takes the opportunity to try to move the relics off the lot, but is caught as she pulls them out of hiding. At this point, Twy pulls Velma and explains the situation, exactly how she hit it multiple times, and I think it was multiple times, at least once. Yeah, twice, because she hit it once behind the produce stand, and I think produce stand, and then once in the crate. Um, see. So Juniper wanted to stop the movie because she wanted to be Daring Do, even though she has no acting experience.
Yeah, get lessons first.
We'll get some credits under your belt before you try and become the, main star of a probably pretty big budget production, given that, Daring Do is what I assume to be pretty equivalent to Harry Potter in this universe. I mean, if if the director of Harry Potter's, daughter was like, I want to be Hermione, it's like you have no, practice with this. You have no, I want to be Hermione. It's like,
No, it's like, no, I want to be Harry Potter. It's like, Harry Potter's a boy. I don't care. Make him a girl.
yeah, it's slightly self-centered and slightly oblivious to one's own skill. The Dunning-Kruger effect. You always think you're more qualified than you are, or something like that. Or you're just at the. That's a different one. Anyway, anyway, at this point, the red herring is kind of revealed, and turns out the thing Chestnut wanted out of was a documentary on birds, nests, and she managed to clear it off so she could finish Daring Do.
Woo.
As a reward for saving the production, the girls get to play extras in the movie, though Dash can't contain herself long enough to finish the scene without yelling.
And in the movie, you finally see her with some duct tape over her mouth.
Or they wearing some sort of veil or something so you can't tell. So, anyway, that's movie magic.
And I gotta say, they missed like the perfect opportunity to have some sort of montage in the movie.
Well, then you're changing sets, and you have to draw all new sets, and so
I know, but with a
can be a little
person who literally has the last name Montage in their name.
Yeah, but
It would have gone well with the Scooby-Doo thing too, because they always have one of those.
yeah, they could have had done a backstage, and just to add to the effect, they could have had it be limited length, and they just have them run by the same doors like over and over again, chasing after the cloaked figure, and if you could afford to throw some music in there, there's some kind of generic 60s sounding kind of Scooby-Doo-ish type music, dun 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 dun, something very kind of bright and perky and soft. That could have worked, or the whole Scooby-Doo with the having a set of 6 doors or something, and they're running in and out of sets trying to chase her. And you have all the usual gags with that. It would have made the Scooby-Doo illusion even more impactful. It was. you know, it was pretty good as it was for that sort of thing. It was a pretty average Equestria Girls bit, but it wasn't too bad. It was,
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
that's probably a little, just a shave underneath the quality of a usual episode of the main show, which also makes me wonder why they made these, because there's two ways that it seems to me that they could have made these for. Well, a few ways. One, they're just trying to keep the kind of idea alive, to keep the, if you just didn't produce anything for a year or two, that would, you might miss out on some sales of your Equestria Girls line. And
Yeah, I don't really think anybody's buying the toys because I've seen the Equestria Girls dolls and they look very scary.
yeah, another thing that could have happened is this is a mini pilot sort of thing for a possible series down the road.
Which I might watch, maybe.
And then I think the third option, which, I mean, these aren't exclusively, this is it. This is not, encompassing everything. This is just this. It could be also that they were going to do a series or something. They had the scripts ordered. They got the scripts done. And they're like, no, but we've got the scripts. Let's just go ahead and use it. And what we'll do is we'll use this as an excuse to build up some assets for whenever we do the next Equestria Girls movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we need this sort of scene. Oh, we have that set from this episode we did. We need a mall scene, or not a mall scene, but yeah, which we'll talk about that next time. But if we need the mall, okay, well, we got Dance Magic gave us the bits of the mall. The next episode's going to give us bits of the mall. We need Crystal Prep scenes. We got some of that. I mean, basically they use this as an excuse to make up a bunch of assets so that they can reuse them when it comes to whenever they decide to do the next full movie.
Yeah.
They've got it. And some of it, if it's not, obviously, human related, they could still use some of the props for the other show, for the main show. But overall, it was okay. It was good.
Yeah.
For an Equestria Girls. For an Equestria Girls thing, it was pretty good. Any final thoughts on this one?
Pudding.